I didn't bring my headphones today, and so I'm hoping and trusting that the sound that my voice carries anyway. If not, this is going to be a beautiful silent movie, a muted movie. So what is present with me right now, it is Saturday afternoon, and I just had my workout. And what is present with me and what has been present with me so much is consciousness preceding form and being before doing, and in particular to consciously connect with spirit before I move into doing. I'm in this beautiful, absolutely magical space where beautiful opportunities, infinite, so many opportunities for me to move into expansion, for me to allow for the simple, peaceful, and quiet life that I'm moving toward, to allow for that to come into demonstration, to allow for that to come into fruition. And what this simple, peaceful, and quiet life means, if you have been following the blog, which is now a vlog, a video log, I spent this beautiful time, this beautiful year down in Spain, where I was fortunate enough to not needing to work at all. I had my passive income, and which allowed me to take a year off, pretty much. And so what I did, the only obligations I had was to take my daughter to school and pick her up from school, and that was it. And then I had some beautiful community meetings on a weekly basis, but they were not work. It was more joy and pleasure, meeting with those beautiful beings. And so coming back to Sweden, that experience gave me an actual experience of what this simple, peaceful, and quiet life is. I've had this intention for a long, long time, for many, many years, but before we moved to Spain, I didn't even know what it was. It was just an intellectual, it wasn't intellectual, it was on a feeling basis. It was a feeling tone within me that this is something that I need for my life. And then I got to have it, then I got to experience it. And so coming back to Sweden, where the prices are such that I'm not able to live off of my passive income, it is at the front and center of my consciousness, of my attention, to allow that aspect of my life, the passive income aspect of my life, to expand. And so I've been working very, very diligently in my mind of coming into the feeling tone that it is happening now. It is not something that is going to happen in some future moment, but it is something that is happening now. And these last couple of weeks, these beautiful new windows and doorways and portals have opened up. What's very interesting is that these are not new. None of these, and I'm not going to share what these are quite yet. I will, obviously, as we move forward. I want to invite you all into those spaces. But these, for me, new doorways, they aren't new. Some of them have been around for years and years and years, which actually inspired a topic for a talk that I'm going to record, not today, but in a few days, that everything needed is already here. So these new, and I'm getting off topic for this vlog, and that's all right. I'll come back to the topic for it. But we need to realize, and I'm absolutely realizing big time, that we're never ever lacking anything. We're never ever missing anything. But everything is here. The only reason why we're not aware of that which is already here is because we're not looking, or because we cannot see it yet. So these platforms and these new opportunities, they have been around for many years. I was completely oblivious of them until recently, when I really started looking into how can I allow the passive income aspect of my life to expand. Then they revealed themselves to me. They were revealed to me. So this all goes to show and speaks to the importance of cultivating that inner feeling tone first. Consciousness before manifestation? Consciousness before I forgot the expression. But consciousness always comes first. Whatever we are in consciousness, whatever we turn our attention to the most, that is what will come into our experience. And so as I began to cultivate the inner feeling tone that this is happening now, that money is flowing to me easily, gracefully, and that's not it, easily, effortlessly, and passively. As I really began working with the affirmations, I'm happy, healthy, rich, and wealthy beyond my wildest dreams. That I am living this simple, peaceful, and quiet life unbound by time and place. As I really began to incorporate these, integrate these, embody these new opportunities reveal themselves to me. So I'm in the space of incorporating them into my business. And here's the topic, coming back to the topic for today. They will, in time, free up a lot of time in my life. But as with any endeavor, it takes time to implement. It takes time to get the momentum going. It takes time to get started. And I'm in that space right now, of getting started, of implementing, of expanding. And so I love the work. I don't even feel that it is work, but I love the work that I'm being called to do. It is quite a lot of work, as there are multiple platforms that I am now working with, and so there is a lot of work that needs to be done right now, and I'm so aware, and it is my intention, it is my desire to, before I move into doing, to consciously connect, to establish a conscious connection with the spirit. I once heard a story, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard it, about this individual who was in a training program. He was matriculating through a practitioner program that would allow him to function as a spiritual practitioner. And in one aspect of this program was to answer, this was way back before we had emails and before we had, all these modern technologies. So this is the time where people actually wrote letters. And these students, a part of the training was to read these letters that were actually really prayer requests. So people wrote letters to this institution, this center, this whatever it was, church, asking for prayer, right? And the students in this practitioner program, they were to read these letters and then respond to them. And the way the story goes was that this individual, the way to do it was to read the letter, move into prayer, holding whoever wrote the letter in a space of all being well, in a space of wholeness, in a space of perfect unfolding happening, to establish that conscious connection consciousness always precedes form. That was the expression I was looking for. But these students, they were to read the letters, pray for the individual that had written the letter, and then respond to the letter, make a written response to the letter. And this individual, they're like, hey, I can do this so much quicker. Instead of wasting time praying for the individual, I'll just read the letter and then respond to it. And they had like a quotient, a certain number of letters they were to respond to. Let's say 20 letters during a given period of time. And so this guy, he was like, I can get this done so much faster if I just skip the prayer and just skip right into responding to the letter. And whoever, the teacher or whoever was instructing this class, they're like, sure, go ahead. Try it on. And this individual, and this is a third person story, so this individual shared it with someone who shared it with me and others. So I cannot vouch for the accuracy of this, but it does speak to the importance of connecting consciously before moving into doing. And so this guy, he just leapt into responding to these emails, and he ended up taking a whole lot longer responding to the letters than all of his classmates, who took the time to consciously connect, to pray, to establish an awareness, a conscious awareness before responding. And it is only logical that there is one presence, this benevolent, loving presence that is all there is, that is always for itself, that is always expressing itself perfectly, that is all of creation. So creativity, none of us are creative. It's not a quality that we possess. All of us are creative, because creativity is a quality of spirit. Just as abundance is a quality of spirit, just as wholeness is a quality of spirit, just as peace is a quality of spirit. So before I move into doing, and I keep needing to remind myself, and I keep forgetting. I keep reminding myself and I keep forgetting. Like this morning, I got up and I did my meditation, I did my prayer, and I went into the creative space. And like an hour in, I became aware that I had forgotten to establish that conscious connection. And what this means is to simply, there are infinite ways of doing it. The way I do it is that I simply say, hey God, I'm here, thy will be done, do this through me. Do this through me. Like Jesus said, I'm not the one doing the work, it's the Father within me that does the work. Just like anything in nature, the seed, it is not the seed that is making the unfolding happening. There's a divine intelligence that flows, that not transmutes, that births, that midwives the unfolding. If left to its own devices, the seed wouldn't make anything happen. But it just yields to this divine intelligence. And I know for myself that, and I had this experience this morning. There was a period of time, and it was actually that space that reminded me, that made me aware that I had forgotten to consciously connect. I began to become aware of friction within me, like something was off, and I was pushing. The flow, the ease and grace, it vanished. And I was pushing and I was forcing the doingness to happen. I was making it happen. I was trying to make it happen. And then I was reminded that, hey, I'm not the one doing anything. I'm just a vehicle, an instrument for the doing to happen. So this is the point of all of this. That before, and this is a reminder to myself, and this is an invitation to all of us, that before we move into being, before we move into doing, before we begin to take action, to just have a brief moment. It doesn't need to take more than like 10 or 15 seconds, But just have a brief moment of calming ourselves, grounding ourselves, centering ourselves, anchoring ourselves. Open up. Hey God, it's me. Let's do this together. I yield, I surrender. Thy will be done. Do this through me. I'm your instrument, I'm your vehicle. Let's make it happen. And it just allows for beautiful ease and grace to flow. Because we're getting ourselves out of the way. We're getting the mental faculties, the intellectual faculties. We're getting the ego out of the way. The ego that thinks that it knows everything. It knows nothing. It knows nothing. So that is the invitation. And I needed to, I'm grateful that I get to have this space because I needed to remind myself of it. And also by recording this and posting this, I'm holding myself accountable to this. So as we're moving forward in life, as we're taking action, as we're moving into doingness, whatever it is that we're doing, the invitation is to just stop. Have a conscious moment of breathing, of surrendering, of handing the reins over to the one source, the one power, the one mind, the one intelligence, that it may work its magic through us without being obstructed, without being shut out. So thank you. And obviously, the invitation is not only to do it once, but to actually establish the practice of the habit of doing it always, as often as we can remember, to make it a daily part of our lives. And all of this, and this is a completely different topic, but all of this is about establishing a new way of life. A new way of life. So until we meet again, I bless us all, and much love and many blessings. Bye-bye.